The once overbearing stranglehold has fallen. Society has been freed from themselves. Promised freedom is not called in. The promise of liberty only exists in the ringing of the bell. Nothing promised will be done. Unclothed and selfish we remain. Children with families, some with none. Do we notice that frequent pain? Life full of lies and nothing but rules. How does one live in conditions as this? Higher powers take the working men as fools. Does the devil kill or kiss? How do we defend what cannot be seen? From old books and miracles? Or is it passed from gene to gene? Or scriptures that cause men to become fearful?
It must be the change you wish to see in the world.
I can't control it.
Simply put, society's trash. Culture spread, cultures clash. Basement walls, body stash. Banks screwed up and markets crash. Wrong is done, values smashed. Break down slowly, life's too fast.
Oh, society, where'd you go? People in panic and money's low. The food on the table in the house is cold. Quick, let's change before we fall.
Streets drowning, cocaine and dope. Innocent dreamers trying to elope. Sorrow everywhere, giving up is hope. Glocks is common as dope ropes. There's Glocks in the hallways, Glocks in the beds, Glocks in the alleys, Glocks in the heads. People killing just to wear some rag. This world's turned into one big body bag.
Yes, I met the woman with the tattooed hands. Damn, man, it was as if she didn't own enough land. She was a motor mouth, she spoke. Could you light up my smoke? Yes, ma'am, I choked on second hand, stuck in my throat. Are you just another one of those well-read, well-fed, wealthy bigots? She giggled, I stared as she lit it. I gazed at the land, she said it was from the man. I asked what man could possibly give away this land. It was the greed of the woman, the greed that the devil stirs. Greed on leveled pedestals, littered needy peddlers. Thousands pour on streets, she's the lonesome settler. As helter-skelter waits patiently straight ahead of her, I sat down, looked around, laughed in my lap. No scraps, hopped in the boat and I paddled back. Her heart, mind, and soul wrestled. The day was special as she slowly sunk in the soil like a wounded vessel. She was society's nutshell and she left me pissed. Moral to her story is that karma does exist.
The once almighty stranglehold is gone. False philosophies fill the minds of the youth. Young people taken by the oppressors as pawns. Lies told to bury the truth. No longer shall we be oppressed. No longer can we trust the election booth. No longer can we let justice lay to rest. No longer will we allow our mother to be torn away by the greedy masses who litter her with their nests. Oh, the oppressors must pay. May we praise the red crest, as it will allow us to become unified. There will be no more tombstones for the oppressed. We will rise and take immediate strides. This will be our final test. The once hectic rulers no longer plague us with their presence, as the black mistress of death taunts our efforts, and the appointed leaders ridicule the peasants, watching as the misleading lawyers stand in court, as the flocks of birds shun the lonely pheasant. The seedless virgin consumes our youth in jealousy, living her final stage of life in autumns, as one tells fairy tales from a book in her ears. Hope comes never, don't wait, for our minds we must free ourselves.
It's just not the same anymore, you know?
What is society really?
There's no more mighty people anymore.
Mighty mites.
It's all changed. We left it for the little kids. Do their dirty work.
Here he goes.
I once met a man sitting on a rock with a dumb dilly grin, looking like the cat that ate the canary, committing some silly sins. He told me too many of us were trying to produce intricate minds. There's limited time to climb from behind to the front of the line. I sighed, he laughed, he cried, I laughed. I walked fast, past the facts of all his last acts. It was the soul of the man buried in a sand trap, hard to contact, pain and love, rain and mud, compact. I wondered how a man could complain when he had the whole world to himself. I'd never seen a bookshelf, yet he was smarter than everyone else. I was nervous, not scared, I was only 12, didn't know about hell. Common sense was all he held, with some stories to tell. I asked about the devil and he listened. I wanted to know about God. He said just go kid, he's existent. It's my 9-to-5 job. So I left, but I will never forget the thoughts in my head. Days end, I made a new friend while I slept in my bed. See, it was just a dream, but a dream that meant something to me. A dream unleashed by the unbinding of society's seams. Come to think about it, we're not what we seem to be. So till I find the treasure, I'll continue to speak. Peace.
Society, where did you go? Society.
go. Out the back, the front door, out the window.
Violence isn't right, I tried it in my past life. People don't play nice, sharing happiness like it's the last slice. So roll the dice and hope to God you don't get snake eyes. Surprised that in those two little squares is where your fate lies. Your fate died about 21 years ago, when you realize no matter how much you try, you can't be someone's hero. Just a hero with a gun, his career has just begun. But see, this mother's son will be dead or in jail by 21. Cause those who live by the sword will one day die by it. Never achieving the goals that deep inside they tried to get. A life revolving around long acid trips and smoking spliffs. He had the opportunity, but would he capture it or let it slip? He realized that all forms of reminiscing is senseless. Trying to remember his childhood, he sits on these park benches. His headaches are relentless, he's acting for a death wish. Dreaming folded mansion parties, writing down his guest list. So he sits there, head in his hands, thinking about sobriety, feeling like a scary monster menace to society. Anxiety sinks in to the point where it's simply unstoppable. Put a knife to his neck, ambulance had too much obstacles. But who's so responsible in this place where we raise our kids in? Top of the food chain, but we kill each other, so what's the difference?